Okay, let's take a look at this question then. So the table below shows some of the values of y equals x squared minus 3x minus 2 for values of x from minus 2 to 4. Complete the table by finding the value of y for x equals 2. So into this equation, we're going to replace the x with the value 2. So we're going to have 2 squared. When I replace an x, if you imagine you're going to smash open that x, it breaks that x into a pair of brackets. So the x becomes brackets, and you drop into that bracket the value. So I've got 2 squared minus 3 bracket 2 minus 2. When you evaluate brackets, you work out what the content is first. So 2 squared is 4. 3 2s is 6. That's negative. That's positive. Minus times a plus. Minus 2. Once we've finished working out the brackets, we then move up and down the number line. So I start at 4, I go down 6, which takes me to negative 2, and then I go down another 2, which takes me to negative 4. On the graph paper opposite, draw the graph of y equals x squared minus 3x minus 2. So what you have to do on the graph is now plot those points. So x is minus 2, y is 8, takes you to there. X is minus 1, y is 2, 0, minus 2, 1, minus 4, 2, minus 4, 3, minus 2, and 4, 2. Now you should, in the higher tier, have been taught to recognize that that type of graph is always going to give you a smooth curve. It's either going to be a sort of happy curve or it's going to be a sad curve. Now looking at those points, that's going to give me a happy curve. The way you join these, you don't join them with a ruler, you join them freehand, and it's easier to use your wrist as a pivot in the inside of the curve. So that's why I turn my paper this way, because I'm left-handed. If you're right-handed, you probably could turn it that way. And then it doesn't have to be a work of art. Now, although those are on the same level, you know that you're going to have a curve so that it's going to go below that at that point. You don't join them straight across. Okay, so that's the curve. So that's, we've done A, we've done B. C, using a graph, write down the two solutions of the equation x squared minus 3x minus 2 equals 0. So the curve is equal to 0, meaning that y will be 0. Y is 0, the y coordinate is 0 on this axis here. So we're looking for those two values where the curve crosses the x-axis. This one is going to be minus 1.12345 and the other one is going to be 3.123456. So those bits are straightforward. You can get those on an intermediate tier paper. The next one is a little bit trickier. By drawing a suitable line on your graph, write down the two solutions of the equation x squared minus 3x plus 1 equals 0. Well, the graph that I've got is x squared minus 3x minus 2. Now to make that a plus 1, I've got to add 3 to that. If I add 3 to that, then I've got x squared minus 3x minus 2 plus 3 equals 1. Well, if I add 3 to that equation like that, then in order to use that graph, I'm going to draw the line across where y equals minus 3. Okay, so all I've done is to take this equation and make it plus 1. I've got to add the 3. Well, I don't want to redraw the equation, I want to use that equation. So if I then take that plus 3 across, the line y equals minus 3 is this one. So where these two cross will give me the solution to, where that curve which I've drawn crosses that line, it would give me the solution to that equation. So that's going to be there, which is 0.12345, so 0.5, and here, which is going to be 2.123456, 2.6. Okay, so when you come across a question like that, so that's the higher tier part of this, is you've got to work out what you can do to balance to make this equation into the form that we've got, which is that one. So you can fiddle with the end values like that. So that's a bit trickier.